All right, we are back with another weekly events update where we jump on and, in a very live sort of format, talk about the events going on in the industry. And today I've got a special guest, and that's Rafael Granato, the VP of Marketing at YMX. And we're going to talk a little about what's going on at YMX and what events they've got coming up down the pipeline. Rafael, you want to take a few minutes and introduce yourself and YMX?
Yeah, of course, Nathan. First, thank you for having me here. Big fan of what you're doing for the industry.
Thank you.
Super. First of all, happy Monday, everyone. My name is Rafael Granato. I'm originally from Brazil. Moved to the US in 2007 to work for a startup called Pink, Pinc, and Pink ended up becoming the number one yard management system in the US. And we got acquired back in 2020 by a private equity firm. And then Pink was part of a platform play for a larger organization that is now Caleris. I was
Okay.
with Caleris for little less than a year. Then I decided to move on, and that's actually my connection to YMX Logistics because
Okay.
our CEO, which was actually at your podcast not long
Yep.
ago, and it is a really tough act to follow. Matt Erling is a great industry figure, expert, but also a very pleasant person with a lot of knowledge. And sure you enjoyed your conversation with him. Matt joined Pink back in 2013 as the new CEO, and we started to work together. And I was the VP of marketing for Pink for many years, and we had a successful run there. And then we parted ways. Then we regrouped at the end of 2023, where he laid out the vision for what YMX Logistics was. I got super excited because for all the time that we were at Pink selling yard management solutions for the largest organizations in the world, we came to the realization that there was a big problem because the solution had every bell and whistle that you can imagine to provide value for organizations. However, we continuously saw a big disconnect between what the shippers wanted, what the value proposition of technology providers could offer, and what the actual operators, the outsourced yard logistics organizations out there were delivering. Shippers were seeking transparency, visibility. They were looking for ways to optimize their operations. Technology promised that, but there was a lack of adoption from the operator perspective and also a lack of ROI from a technology investment perspective. So we did a deep dive and come up with a strategy to partner with the largest yard service providers out there to kind of put an end on that problem once and for all. But there wasn't any interest from these organizations to kind of deliver on the value for the shipper, uh, on what the shipper really wanted, what the executive team wanted, what the operations team really wanted. And we found out that that was because it really started to impact their business model, which was we make money by selling man hours and renting equipment for your service, right? Technology comes in, gives some visibility. Shipper starts to getting aware of the problems within the yard, and then they start asking questions like, "Why you're running my operations with 4 trucks and 36 drivers, and not 3 trucks and 24 drivers?" Kind of example of like perspectives, and then that's when Matt start like building up the vision for what YMX is now, which is an outsourced yard logistics service provider. We're a national yard service logistics provider, servicing enterprise shippers anyone that have from small to large operations, but our bread and butter is enterprise network systems. So I'm super excited to be part of this organization, solving this problem from an operation and technology perspective. I consider ourselves as a hybrid organization, services from gate to dock and
Uh-huh.
across the network. But everything we do has a technology enablement component, and everything we do, there's a data component, right?
Gotcha.
So uh, that's a little bit about my journey getting to YMX and a little bit about what we are doing here.
Most people will notice that I've got the YMX pickleball paddle over here proudly displayed behind me most days. So I've gotten to know you all a little bit more over the last 6 months or a year, and um, I'm just loving everything you all are doing. So,
Thank you.
which is a little bit why I was really excited when we had the idea to pair up and have a little bit of a party in Washington D.C. coming up during the Edge conference going on there in National Harbor.
Yeah, CSMP is one of the most prestigious organizations in our industry, and they host every year this big conference, the CSMP Edge. At the end of the day, the supply chain industry is very small, right?
Right.
I think you're doing a fantastic job covering the industry from end to end, from small local industry association events as well as the large trade shows. But we saw that as an
Thanks.
opportunity to bring people together, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's all about bringing people together, uh, discuss ideas, to network, to engage in relationships, and that's exactly what we're trying to do here during the CSMP event. Usually people get super hyped up about the conference, but usually are long days with a lot of learnings. So
Right.
we're giving the attendees and everyone that's in the area the opportunity to come in, kind of have a drink, eat, enjoy a meal with us, network with other industry leaders in our space.
Mhm.
I also meet some of the partners, right? We have partnered with Orange EV,
Yep.
which one of the largest, most successful electric vehicle yard truck providers, OEMs in the US, and also MyQ Enterprise, which is doing a fantastic job bringing technology enablement to a lot of these facilities. We came up with this idea to host the event at this place called the Cadillac Ranch, which is
Mhm.
across the street from the Gaylord Hotel where the event's taking place. And funny enough, they have a mechanical bull there. So I don't know if you ever read them one of these mechanical bulls before,
I
Nathan.
have not. I have not actually, so I'm really looking forward to it. How about you? Have you ridden one?
I can't remember, so I'll spare myself from some stories right now. But if I
Yep.
attend the conference, if I attend the event, I'll definitely share some stories, and probably
All right.
you'll see me there.
All right. It's a deal. We are also going to have, I think, a competition for who can ride the bull for longest, and we're going to have a trophy and the whole 9 yards. So we're looking to have a good bit of fun, and again, just connect with other operators and folks in the supply chain space.
Yes, please. If you're attending the conference, please RSVP. You can register at supplychainy.com/ 2025 edge.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it. That's
Yes,
it.
that's it.
Well, let's dig in a little bit more into what's going on in out in the bigger world. And before we do, just a quick shout out to CSCMP, who is one of the sponsors for this whole calendar of events program in the website. There is a whole section of all the local roundtable events taking place all over the country. Every week, there's multiple events going on somewhere in the U.S. or outside. I noticed this one here on the 23rd tomorrow. The Portugal Roundtable is having an event in Lisbon. So everything we're going to be looking at here is going to be at supplychain.com/events. We've got ISCEA hosting their virtual live conference this week. Also, starting on Tuesday is the Automotive Logistics and Supply Chain Global going on in Detroit. Also on Tuesday night, we're having our monthly Warehousing After Dark virtual networking event at the Supply Chain Social Club. So this is our virtual event, and this is hosted in conjunction with the new Warehouse podcast and my friend Kevin Lawton. So that's taking place on Tuesday. Hope to see lots of you all there. Also on Wednesday, this is where I'll be this week, is at Move America in Detroit. Wednesday back home here in Dallas, there is the Postal Customer Council. The PCC is hosting their Texas Rangers Night Out. Over on the East Coast, ISM is hosting their fall meetup. They're in the New Jersey area on Thursday. And that's about it for what's going on this week. If you want to kind of go see what's going on in upcoming weeks, just check out the calendar there. What have you got going on? Looking at your website, you've got this webinar going on.
We have a very exciting conversation that's happening on October 14th, the second webinar of the series.
Mhm.
Um, Focus on yard operation, enterprise yard operations as a strategy. The main focus is manufacturing and manufacturers. So we're hosting Rick McDonald, former chief supply chain officer for the Clorox company, as well as Scott DeGroot, which was the former VP of global planning and logistics for Kimberly Clark, as well as Matt
Gotcha.
Early and Bart are going to join them. And the conversation should be very exciting. So if you want to register, just visit ymxlogistics.com or
Mhm.
ymxlogistics.com/webinar. And you should land on that particular landing page.
I always like folks that have countdowns to events happening. It makes it very easy for simple minds like me. Maybe just a quick rundown of where I'm going to be here in the near future. This week is Move. Next week, we've got Break Bulk going on in Houston. The next week here locally is McCollister's is hosting a scavenger hunt in their warehouse for folks to come experience a little bit of all the different services that McCollister's provides, and also just have a little bit of fun in warehouses. I always have fun in warehouses, I guess. After that, we've got the CSCMP SoCal ninth annual Tech and Supply Chain Tech Summit, and I am the MC for the event this year. And Rafael, I think I remember you were at this event last year.
That's correct. So I think last year Bart de Monk was the MC. He hosted a very exciting panel around AI. So you definitely have a very tough act to follow there as well.
The last two things here I'll mention is the Work Annual Conference going on at the end of October, and then Deliver Americas, which is going to be taking place in Las Vegas on October 29th and 30th. That's kind of what's coming up with for me. A quick shout out before we depart here for today is when I am traveling and hitting up all these events, Sergere and I have a little bit of fun tracking me wherever I am in the world. And so you can actually go check out where I am. I'll have a live little beacon on me, so you can find me wherever I might be. At the moment, I'm just here at home, so the tracking signal is not live at the moment. But yeah, we've got the Instagram integrated into the page and a whole map of all the events going on everywhere. So for those that are kind of looking for things to do in the industry, events wise, the calendar is always there. Or if you're hosting an event, come on and talk about the event that you're hosting. Would welcome you to reach out and drop me a line, and let's get you on so you can be the special guest host like Rafael today. Any last words on your side?
I just think we need an official supply chain pickleball championship.
I'm listening. Maybe we can talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, maybe.
Hey, good to see you again this morning. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you later.
All right. Thank you, Nathan.
All right.
Appreciate it.